What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Bitcoin is exploding today. We're going to talk about 3 altcoins that I'm buying tonight. I'm about to buy $800 worth of crypto tonight. I'm going to unreveal the 3 coins I'm going to buy, how much I'm going to buy, and why I'm going to buy them. Right after we talk about why I'm going to buy them right here, Bitcoin, ultimately Bitcoin at the end of the day, it has been absolutely exploding. On the day, we're up 5.5% from 39.6 to 41.8. So that's a $2,200 gain today on Bitcoin. And from 36.9 to 41.9 right here is a $5,000 increase on the week right here. And that's almost the exact week from bottom to top right there, man. We're at the top of the week. We were at the bottom of the week at the bottom of it right here, 13.16% total. This is massive, guys. Ethereum's doing basically the same thing. Ethereum's up 2.8% today, 11.7% on the week. And we're not buying Ethereum. That's not what we're invested in right here. Essentially, we buy the altcoins when we think that they're going to pump based on what we see in the charts with Bitcoin and Ethereum, because the way that it works is Bitcoin pumps first, Ethereum pumps next, then it stair steps down. Once people can't make money off of these anymore, they come down here and they start buying BNB, Solana, Avalanche, Tron, Cardano. They buy these other bigger projects up here because they can have more gains. And then once these ones pump and pump and pump and they've made profits there, when people take profits, they're looking for the next thing to put profits into, right? When people take profits and put profits in, where do you put the profits? Not in Bitcoin that's pumped, or not in Solana or Avalanche once it's pumped. Then you're looking at projects down here. You're looking for stuff that hasn't had all of its gains yet. And then those projects pump. So it works in like an elevator sequence. It stair steps up. There's elevators and there's stairs. There's layers, guys. So now we're going to get into this, guys, because I'm buying these 3 altcoins because they're altcoins that I think are positioned to absolutely explode here soon once Bitcoin and Ethereum start to cool off and the attention starts to move on to altcoins. So without further ado, after smashing that like button real quick, let's get into the first coin that I'm buying tonight, and that coin is Avalanche. Now, here's why I'm buying Avalanche tonight. Avalanche is only at $22, and as you can see, Solana was at $62. Now, through a lot of the bear market, Solana and Avalanche were trailing almost the exact same price. They're both blockchains, layer 1 blockchains. They're both very valuable tokens right here that everybody cares about. A lot of people care about, and Avalanche is going to have a lot of really cool games featured on it. They're building a lot of cool stuff on Avalanche that's going to make sure that Avalanche has constant utility. People are going to need to use the Avalanche token to use this token to access all of the tokens within its ecosystem. So this is definitely a big dog here, and it's a sleeping giant because it's only at $22. This thing basically nearly flat on the week right here. Started the week at 20, it's only at 22. So this thing hasn't really been moving. Even though you saw the week on Bitcoin is up 14% on the week. This thing isn't even up 14%, and that's with a much smaller market cap than Bitcoin has. And so much like other tokens, that if you look at any of the charts, the 1 year, like, it just straight up on the 1 year right here. This thing went from $8 to $24, did a 3x, and then since then hasn't really done much of anything. It's basically been consolidating, and I think pretty soon this thing is going to be done consolidating, and it's going to be ready for its next ladder. Like this next elevator up, right? And it's not going to happen yet, maybe not happen yet, but pretty soon I can imagine that this thing is done sitting here sleeping. And I don't have a lot of it. I actually do only have $110 of Avalanche. So I'm going to buy 10 more Avalanche tokens tonight. I have 5 of them. I'm going to buy 10 more tonight. And that's what I'm going to do right here. I had an all-time high of 146. That's 7x from where it's at right now. And you see it's still at the bottom. So this thing has a lot of room to grow right here. Definitely do your own research. None of this is financial advice. It's just what I'm buying. But on to our number 2 recommendation. I have it right here. Recent searches. Illuvium. Smash that like button if you like Illuvium right here. I love Illuvium. It's like the granddaddy game of crypto gaming. One of the best games that they've got out here. I think this game's going to go really far. A lot of people believe in this because it's more reliable bet than a lot of the tiny little games with the shady leaders, the team, the project, everything. Like, there's a lot of shady stuff going on. So, and this is how much I have of this right here. Got 3 tokens of this. I'm going to pick up 2 more right here. I'm happy that this thing has pulled back, because just on the day, you can see this thing at the beginning of the day right here. This is the beginning of the 24-hour. This thing was at $115. So we're actually getting a steal right here if we get this for 108. What was it? It was down to 106. I actually had a price target of 105. I was hoping that by tonight, when I want to buy, that this thing would hit $105. That's my goal, is to get this thing for $105. It'll lower my average cost of this bad boy, and this thing could definitely rip too, because this thing was at $1,800. That's an 18x from where it's at right now. They suggest that it did a 28x from where it's at now, 2,800. I don't think it did a $2,800 price target, but I do think maybe it reached $2,000. Maybe it did a 20x from where it's at now, and perhaps this thing could do the 30x. The 30x that they're suggesting, perhaps the 30x is in this bad boy. So if you got in now and you were like dollar cost averaging, and maybe it pulled back even a little bit more, maybe down to $100, you guys would probably get your 20 or 30x if you held long enough. This thing hit an all-time low of $29. But I could have got in here. We all could have got in here at 39, right down here at the bottom of this right here on October 18th, when Bitcoin started exploding. This thing shot all the way up here to $117 right here. And that didn't take long, right? It was like 1 month right there. And that was a what? 3x basically. Yeah. It was like a 3x right there. So pretty insane. Wish we would have got in back then. But I'm looking more at this chart, the fact that it hasn't done a lot. This is one of my longer term positions. One of the ones more reliable that I would rather bet on, that I don't mind holding for a while. I have riskier ones that I'll put like a couple $100 in, and my goal is to get a quick 5x or 10x, and then take the 1,000 or 2, take that out and put it into assets like this. Like something like this that I think long term will do really well, and I don't have to like pay attention to it every second, afraid that I'm going to get rug pulled. So I'm saying, so there's the number 2 bet. Not financial advice. Please do your own research. Check out the game. You know what I mean? That's the best way. If you guys like games, check everything out. Check the website out. Check everything out, because this is your money. At the end of the day, it's your money. You're the one that's got to spend it, right, guys? Alrighty, last but not least, we're going to get into my number 3 recommendation, which, just like the other two, like as you can see, I'm stair-stepping down from like safer to riskier. So Avalanche is the safest bet if you guys want safe. Alluvium is in the middle, sort of risky, sort of safe. This one is straight risky, guys. Straight risky. But this is how I allocate. You know what I mean? Like if I was going to put $900 in, I would do 3, 3, and 3. And I'd put 3 in a risky one, 3 in a really safe one, 3 in one that's in the middle right here. So now, without further ado, Chain of Legends is what I'm buying tonight. I'm going to buy up Chain of Legends because this thing is a sleeping giant gaming coin right here. It seems like everybody really likes it. And they're actually doing stuff. This looks pretty cool. They got like some art and shit going on here. So they're active. They're doing stuff. And this bad boy right here, like you could see right here, 188K market cap on the Binance Smart Chain. Low fees. I've tested it. It actually works. Like you could sell the token. I've tested to make sure you could sell it. The slippage is very low. 0.5%. 0.5% to buy and sell. So it's like nothing, guys. Like this one's actually better than some of the other tokens. Like Meta VPAT is like a 12% slippage. Game Zone's 8%. This is 0.5%. So I think that this thing can probably do a solid 10x here soon. In this thing, if you could look, it was a 10x. It was a 10x from where it is now, and this thing just came out in August. Well, that's last year, so maybe that's not that good. But quite honestly, yeah, like I said, this is my riskier bet, and here's why. Because the thing's actually breaking out in this chart right here. As you can see, it did nothing at all. This month that everything else was pumping, this thing did nothing. That whole month, it did nothing until just now. Just the other day, what was it, yesterday? Yesterday, this thing broke out of this channel right here, and that's bullish, quite bullish. And so if you look at this thing on the 1 year was, what is that? That's like an 8x. In January, this thing was an 8x from where it's at now. And so as you can see on the 1 year chart, most of the tokens are at the top. They shot straight up. They're at the top of the year. That suggests that this thing perhaps could do this 8x. now that it's breaking out of this channel. So that is why I'm buying Chain of Legends. You can look at the website yourself. There's a website right here. You can blast on in here. It's pretty cool. A lot of cool stuff. Look at, and like I said, they got all the cool art. They're actually quite active in here. Right here. Somewhere in here, there's something cool. But check this all out yourself, guys. Right here, partners, backers, media. Because, you know, do your own research. Don't take my word for it. Just because I'm going to grab this up doesn't mean you need to grab this up. But I think, you know what I mean? Like, look at, I had this much of it, 361. So if I was to pick up a little bit more of it, you know, say I pick up another 240 of it and I've got 600 and this thing does an 8x, that's like $5,000 off of some little shit coin. And then I can take that money and put some into Illuvium, some into Avalanche, some into my other projects. So that's kind of how we do things around here, guys. We kind of like allocate here and there based on what our goals are, what we're trying to do, the amount of gains that we're trying to make, and like, you know what I mean? Like risk, like how much risk are you willing to take? You know what I mean? So that's all I got for you guys. Smash that like button if you got some value. Love you guys lots. Have an amazing day and take care. I'll see y'all in the next one.